everybody. My name is GhostToast and welcome to today's video. Today I'll be taking my human form to share this story with you. Today's story is my most recent experience with sleep paralysis, and although it was a very short experience, it was still pretty spooky. If you've never experienced sleep paralysis before, it's described as the feeling of being awake and conscious, yet unable to move. Many people who experience this also undergo a state of hallucination. One of the most compelling things to come from this phenomena is the fact that many people see very similar beings or creatures during their hallucinatory state. The most common of which are the shadow people, the old hag, and a demon on one's chest. And last month, I was unfortunate enough to have seen one of these entities. I believe it was a typical weekday night, and ironically, sleep paralysis had been on my mind since this was when I first came up with the idea for these videos. I was in bed and beginning to drift in and out of sleep as a tingling sensation slowly swept across my body. This is what I usually feel when sleep paralysis kicks in. As I mentioned before, this was my most recent experience, so the feeling was nothing new. Now, I've become pretty comfortable with the feeling of not being able to move during these episodes, despite my claustrophobia. And the fact that I wasn't freaking out over this gave me the confidence to open my eyes. There, at the side of my bed, stood the silhouette of an old hag. I couldn't make out her facial features, but the moonlight reaching in illuminated the contour of her otherwise dark and motionless appearance. Believe me when I say that her presence in that moment felt as real as the ground on which she stood. Like anyone else in this situation, I did the only thing that I could do. I closed my eyes. Despite the overwhelming visual stimuli, I still knew this hag to be a fabrication of my mind. I opened my eyes once again, this time more confident that I could override my brain's desires to project these horrific scenes. To my dismay, the hag was still there. Only now she was closer, and her body contorted in such a way that I could only describe as Silent Hill-esque. I closed my eyes once again, this time permanently, in fear of what I would see next. I didn't even know that this, quote, hag was one of the reoccurring creatures of people who suffer from sleep paralysis. It was only when I described my experience to my girlfriend that I was informed of this. After hearing my description of the woman, she replied, "That's the hag. That's the hag that people see during sleep paralysis." Before this experience, I would have chalked something like this up to influence or preconceived notions. Now, I'm not so convinced that these are just coincidences. Thanks for watching, everybody. Last Friday, I mentioned a sleep paralysis video, and unfortunately, the original story that I planned to share today proved to be too much work to finish in the time that I had. I'm aiming to get the video up by next week, but I can't make any promises. No worries though, there will be some sort of video uploaded, if not this one. I've noticed that these narrated videos have been doing very well, and I'm extremely pleased with your guys' feedback. I'm aware there's much room for improvement, and I hope to make each video better than the last. So be sure to like, share, and leave your comment below. You can click the screen to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one, or you can click to the next video on the screen. Until next time, my name is GhostToast. Peace out.